One commenter talked about learning to make garlic bread because that's all they could afford when their family relied on food assistance. It makes you think about how connected food and money really are.
It does, and it shows how poor man's meals can mean different things to different people. For some, it's about making a tight budget stretch. For others, it's about actual food insecurity and having to make tough choices.
Like that saying that came up a few times, sleep is a poor man's meal. Kind of heartbreaking when you think about it.
It is. It reminds you that while we're here talking about recipes and stuff, some people are struggling just to put any food on the table at all. But it also speaks to how resilient people can be, finding ways to cope even when things are tough.
For sure. So we're talking about resilience and creativity, and even with those tougher situations, there's that common thread of resourcefulness, like beans and rice. Classic budget-friendly combo. Some Redditors kept it basic, emphasizing affordability, but others used it as a starting point, experimenting with spices and flavors from all over the world.
It's amazing what you can do with such simple ingredients, right? Turning limitations into opportunities for creativity.
Absolutely.
And, we can't forget those resourceful Redditors who've cracked the code of the McDonald's app. Getting those McDeals for like half the price, it just shows how determined people are to find a good deal, even if it means working the system a bit.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to them. That takes some dedication.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool? After spending all this time on budget eats, I've realized it's not always about just getting by. It can also be about finding joy and simplicity.
Absolutely. Remember that person who was talking about how satisfying a simple plate of spaghetti and tomato sauce is? Affordable classic and just plain comforting.
Like a warm hug on a plate.
Right.
And then there were those folks making charcuterie boards out of whatever they could find in their fridge. Proof that you don't need fancy ingredients to have a good time.
It's about finding those little moments of culinary joy, no matter your budget. Sometimes the simplest meals are the most satisfying. A little cinnamon and sugar on toast can be just as good as any fancy dessert when it's made with love and shared with people you care about.
Couldn't agree more. It's all about finding that silver lining, that spark of magic in everyday life. So as we wrap up our deep dive into poor man's meals, it gets you thinking, what are those go-to dishes you turn to when times are tough? Or when you're trying to save a buck?
Maybe it's a family recipe, a taste of childhood, or even just something you whipped up one day when inspiration struck. Whatever it is, it's part of your story.
Yeah, there's some food for thought. And hey, maybe something to chat about with your friends and family. Everyone loves a good food story. Until next time.